It's time for me to step back in the game. Step back in the game, man. LOTGH 2018, Ginga Eiyuu Densetsu, the Neue thesis, or Legend of the Galactic Heroes, the new thesis, episode 1 reaction. Going into this, let me just give you my position on this, right? For me, it's not going to be as good as the 110 episode OVA. I've kind of made peace with that I don't expect it to be now as good as the 110 episode OVA. But if it's even as half as good, I'll be fine with it, right? So I'm just going in with this, trying to see if they do something fresh and see the spaceship battles and see what areas they improve on compared to the old one. But I don't really want to compare it. It's still early days. It's only one episode out, right? So let's get into this, man. The music as well. I want to listen out for voice acting music. So let's get into this. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, the new thesis, episode 1. Come on. My man's horse-drawn carriage and shit. What's this about? Then flutes. Shit. Them fucking elites. Depicted it bear resemblance to anything you know, or the people separating it bear like this to anyone you know. It is but a fluke of history. Aye? And an inevitability. The new thesis gives it away. It's a reimagining. It's a new thesis on LOTGH. Alright, here we go. Here's the music. I reacted to this opening already. Reinhardt's there, the party. That reminds me of the early episodes. You guys who are subbing this, whoever subs this, right? Please put the fucking karaoke on. Ain't nothing compared to lay your heart down onto the sea of the stars. Greatness. O hikari no hashi o koete, kokoro wo hadagara shite. Fucking greatness. But I'm gonna treat this as its own thing, man. New thesis after all. They want to cover themselves on it. That scene reminded me of when Kirky Eyes and Reinhardt are laying on the grass outside where the elites and the ballroom dancing and shit's going on. This is a good song, but it's very familiar. Finally, through the doors. Legend of the Galactic fucking Heroes. Oh, we got Neue. Nice. Galactic Empire. Free FP8. FP8. To until I die. Fesan. Greatness. Excellent. There he is. He complimented him there. First couple episodes were quite subdued in facial expressions for the OVAs as well. Light seconds. They can perhaps improve, like the banter's good. I like it. I like that, you know, the banter can be good. A lot more thought out, more concise as well now. I like that. That's a good intro. It's very moody, right? The music was good. And the CG's pretty good right now. I don't want to be too forgiving, but I don't want to be too hard on it either, man. The uniforms actually look black now. The edge over us. Starting. Also, for people who are watching this for the first time, I don't really want to say anything about the old series if I know the events, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Yeah, when did he ever agree with the chain of command, man? Over the enemy. I like that the reactions are appropriate, right? And they did jump ahead to this part of the story. They're not chatting shit behind his back, though. I noticed. Like they were in the old series. They used to call him the Golden Brat, didn't they, or some shit? Hmm. It is possible. I feel as though the show is gonna take a what's his name? There, now they're back chatting him. There we go. Fahrenheit, man. Done. Fogel. Meerkat Saba. Legend in the making. It feels almost like we're skipping to the greatest hits collection of LOTGH right now. Pivotal moments in the old one. We'll see how they handle it though. Good boy. They're definitely gonna play up the bromance aspect of this. If they don't exploit that, they're not worth their salt, man. How many times have I told you? Promoted to Commodore. It's a good idea to drop for the seasoned guys, right? Who knows the old show. Starting us here, not pretending like you're telling us the ABCs. But for new guys, this is a good way to jump into it. Then go back on the backstory and everything. Leonidas. This is where they do the Ouroboros tactic, doesn't he? Complete circumvention of division of troops. Ouroboros tactic, right? From the old series. We win this war. Those gauges, we need backup. We're seeing it definitely from Reinhardt's side in this episode, at least. Like we're with the other guys on the back foot, FP on the back foot. There we go. You need to have the money shots and sell it to people in the first episode, so I can forgive them for the way they kind of handle things. Give people like a taste, almost like a preview of what's to come. Nice. See, in the old OVA series, the ships had heft. They weren't so easy to just move around like someone's got a toy and just moving it around like that. That's the one problem with CGI. There was at least some heft to the things. This already seems very, very familiar, man. I think that's intentional. But at least we get to see shielding and all that. Forward shields. Bum, 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 bum. Starting. Is it me or does Fahrenheit look older than he was in the series? He looked much younger in the old series. Self-restraint. Fahrenheit was good at defense. He was good at the defense strategy. He was like a constant for Reinhardt. He was the guy that like legit was like constant because he didn't get too ambitious. He didn't backchat fucking Reinhardt. I like that he's older actually. He's a lot more appealing. Leave any surviving force. Yep, that's the Reinhardt way. Yeah, it's feeling very much like a greatest hits collection of that battle, man. Smaller numbers. It's also very weird to have a persistent soundtrack playing. The OVA series had almost like a persistent soundtrack. As quickly as possible. Their gazes towards each other are very, very suggestive. They played that up a lot. Seriously. Kirky definitely seems more sinister and calculating in this. Not only the voice, but the design. I don't know how I'm gonna be with that, man. Don't know how I'm gonna feel with that. It feels like these two could have like a sordid romance behind the scenes that they told no one about, sort of that kind of vibe. Robert Lapp. 4-3 right now. And from both sides. Yeah, man, do that Borobo's tactic. Encircle him. Situate makes that clear. Preemptive strike. Pergamon. I like that we're seeing the names now. More names for these ships on screen. At least visual cues, right? Clockwise direction. So we come around the enemy. Okay. Man, they really looking foolish right now, man. FPA. I swear this is a reimagining of the first battle they had. This is legit a reimagining almost of the first battle they had in the OVA series. But Yang was there, I'm pretty sure. And they did the Ouroboros tactic. Oh, soldiers just fade away then. There's something really cold about this, man. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just very stale, almost. It's like a reimagining, but very stale. It's going to be very difficult not to compare this, man. Because it's beat for beat almost following like some of the things we've seen in the old series. Breach from its armor. So what do you say? I will not be that attitude is more like the Empire, man. That is legit more like the Empire, man. That attitude. Legit. But I guess we're seeing it from a different side right now. We're not really supposed to give a shit about FPA right now. Yeah, you dead. Destined to fall. And now the enemy's second fleet. Could we see? I'm struggling to figure out remember what exactly this fight is, but I want to see Yang just appear at the end. Yang just appear at the end. That would be a good introduction to Yang. With the FPA on the back foot, it would be a good way to introduce Yang. Fucking look at that, man. His shape looks glorious. His flagship looks glorious, man. Will be annihilate them all. That's not what he would say. I don't think Kirkia would say something like that. I know that he knows that Reinhardt's gonna have to fucking break a few eggs, right? And he wouldn't be stroking his ego this much either, man. I'm not familiar with the book, so you gotta tell me if you guys are book readers. I would fight them once. I always got the feeling that, you know, Reinhardt did things grudgingly because, you know, he had warmth in his heart, man. There. Come on, the Yang Wen Li. Yeah, I knew it. Batok Locus. There. Yang Sama. MVP. Do not worry about my orders. He will be saved. This is like a messiah, like a savior. I knew it, man. That would be a good way to introduce him. Let me come through my days. Shit, voice of reason. I win in the very end. Further orders. A good introduction. Introduce the two rivals. I will not lose. You will be saved. Similar to what you said. Shit. They didn't show his face though, only his voice. Because they know it, man. That's the fan service, man. They're teasing us, the bastards. I love LOTJ so much. Even something derivative of it. It's just fucking gold, man. Spindle formation. Music is good. Music is good. And you can see the size because of the CG. That fleet, man. Flat here. Yes. It appears. I like that. That is the way Rhino would react. No, but look at that. You're gonna get encircled, fam. You're breaking through the middle, but you're gonna get encircled. Yep. Come on. The pacing, because the pacing of this battle is a lot more brisk. A lot more brisk. It feels so out of the blue that he didn't see that coming. What? What? Yeah, you see you put that out. That's a good introduction for Yang. I'm doubting how good it is for Reinhardt. It's interesting. We started with the Empire, but the kind of MVP of this episode was clearly fucking Yang, and they fucking know it. They know it. They know who everyone loves from the whole series, every series. Let's see Sacho. It's you know what, man. It's like someone just edited the OVA series, cleaned up the visuals, and it's like I hate to say a remake. It's not a remake. It's a readaptation. But it feels that they're trying to hit those greatest hits of the OVA series. It had some high points. Would I say it's? I mean, first 2-3 episodes of the OVA series weren't that great either. And we were focusing on PKC a lot and the True Knit and speeches and all that shit. There's Yang, man. Let's get a preview. Let's get a fucking preview out of this. Astarte. The Battle of Astarte. Astarte, guys. Is that it? Is that your preview? At least show us something. Alright. Yeah, middle of the road, man, honestly. First episode. I can see what they're doing. I know what they're doing and why they're doing it. They're trying to throw us into it, right? For the people that just can't be bothered to go take the baby steps towards that stuff, right? I knew because of the length of this series, they're gonna take out all the side subplots. All subplots they're gonna take out. We may not even get to see PKC. It legit might only be freaking Reinhard and Yang already going at it, right? Brief flashbacks, right? We spent a lot of time in the early parts of the episode constantly cutting back to Reinhard's past, right? We'll probably get to see that. Most likely the intro gives it away with, young Kirky Eyes, Anna Rose and thing. We're not going to see the subplots that Yang's involved in, like obviously the PKC plot to assassinate. I forgot that chick's name, right? Who was fucking protesting against Trunit and all that shit. Trunit might not even be in it. And Trunit's not so big. I can see why they would have cut him out. If you cut Trunit out, it doesn't have much bearing. It doesn't have much bearing. It just makes for great drama, like a fucking Game of Thrones type shit, right? They're gonna cut so much out, and it's just gonna be this. And I'm thinking, is the space battles and the back and forth, the cat and mouse shit between Yang and Reinhardt gonna be enough to sustain this show, right? For me, as coming off the OVAs, it might. For new audiences, I don't think so. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Those details are below. My Discord details are below. My backup channel details are below. Click all them buttons. Just go and click buttons and fucking subscribe and click and join and all that fucking greatness. Click that fucking icon on the bar to subscribe. I'm only a fucking tiny ass channel, man, so I'm going to be self-promoting right now. So peace out, guys.